What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys another more Pegasus video. Well, apparently, Ethan and Klein is getting ready to hand out another lawsuit to another one of Hassan's orbiters. This is going to be interesting. Keep an eye out for more, because I'll be keep doing this because I keep getting comments from dumb people who clearly either are mentally handicapped, they are special in the head, uneducated, they either are just Hassan orbiters or glazers and refuse to actually do the research or even believe the proof. I literally just had someone in my comments not that long ago, saying, "Where's the proof? Where's the proof? Oh, all the clips are out of context." It's like, no, these are clips from his stuff. I don't freaking cut up nothing, none of that. I don't do editing of any kind. I just release the raw footage. This dude has called for the death of a sitting congressman, Rick Scott. This dude has said he wants to see the blood of capitalists running in the streets. He said, "Oh, the grapes of October 7th were totally fine. It didn't care to him. Didn't change his mind of Hamas and all that. Hamas is still good people, despite them doing horrific things to people. And much like him and all his other people, cannot and will not vilify both sides for horrible things. Just one side." So, we're going to get into this and have some fun. Make sure you guys check out my channel sponsor, Dubby.gg, and use my code TacticalGaming90 for 10% off. Let's get into this, guys.
Welcome back to a series so legal, even Ethan Klein subscribed. In today's video, Ethan from the H3 podcast is officially suing yet another Hassan orbiter. This time, it's the Diet Hassan and Big Fat Liar Noah Samsen. Basically, Noah made a video a while back calling Ethan a genocide supporter, a completely slanderous, baseless claim, and Ethan has launched a defamation lawsuit. He talks about what this lawsuit means to him and how the Hassan Goon Squad tried to ruin his life. People have found the blatant, disingenuous lies in Noah's video, and it is insane. Several clips of Hassan defending Ethan have surfaced, and the switch up is crazy. Clips are going viral of Noah claiming he wasn't getting sued and it was all just a scare tactic. It did not age well. Ethan has called out professional Wokey, Vanilla Mace, and friend of Cutie. She was arguing with her chat about how hard streaming is. Oh, brother! A chatter calls Hassan the richest socialist, and Hassan starts listing out the many socialists who are actually richer than him. Bro pulled out the global socialist rankings. Subscribe or I sue you for not subscribing to the legendary series.
Yep, make sure you check out his legendary series and my epic series, which is constantly calling out the hypocrisy of Hassan and other people like him.
That's some criminal charges.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, welcome back everybody. It's another beautiful day for the legendary series. The absolute GOAT, Ethan Klein, has launched another lawsuit against the Hassan orbiters. Now, quick recap in case you missed the previous 300 episodes. Basically, Hassan and his orbiters have been slandering Ethan for over a year now. Here's the quick lore drop.
And see, the thing is, I'm not an Ethan Klein fan. I generally don't agree with the dude's politics completely. But, the thing is, when someone says something that actually is substantial and, is backed with ethics and actual evidence, you can't dispute it. Now there are people out there who will, like Hassan and all his little orbiter people and all his little fan base. You can sit there, show them the evidence, and they won't believe a single word of it.
Hassan and Ethan used to be co-hosts on a podcast, but Ethan refused to support the terrorists on October 7, and Hassan, the professional terrorist dick rider, got very mad.
Yeah. And that's the exact thing that I ended up telling to this one commenter, that Hassan was totally okay, did not care about the grapes that actually happened on October 7th. He was fine with it. He was like, it's whatever. They deserved it, basically. He didn't say they deserved it, but he said he did not care that they happened. And that it didn't change his stance on Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, and all of that. It's like, oh, so someone who says he's a liberal, he's for women's rights, and all this other kind of stuff, clearly isn't, because he is okay with women getting raped.
And he unleashed his minions upon him. After that, Hassan and his goon squad, including Casey Tron, Denims, and Froggen, started calling him a Zionist Israel dick rider, a genocide supporter, calling his wife a baby killer terrorist because she did mandatory service in the IDF as a secretary because she was born there. They also all collaborated to do the iDubbbz content cop and spawned the legendary series. So after that, Ethan decided to sue Casey Denims and Froggen for violating copyright and stealing his video.
Yeah, they all started a GoFundMe, which is ironic, to go pay for their freaking legal battles, which is ironically funny because literally they all make decent amounts of money, or at least one would assume, to pay for their legal fees and all of that. And it's people like them who go to GoFundMe to the point to where, in my opinion, if you are someone of famous standing, whether you're a musician, movie star, streamer, whatever, right? You should not be able to go on to like GoFundMe and start a fundraiser in your name. That's kind of ridiculous. You have all these rich people going to GoFundMe and getting their fans to donate them money so they don't have to spend their money on the shit that they should be spending it. Because if so, I bet they'd be a little bit smarter on the shit they say.
Was forced to apologize after potentially facing bankruptcy, losing her house, and losing everything. The Denims and Froggen lawsuits are ongoing, but they are still pretty screwed. And that brings us to today. Ethan is suing yet another orbiter, Absolute Cinema. Here we go. Ethan Klein announces defamation lawsuit against Noah Samsen. Now, most of you probably don't know who Noah Samsen is. He's basically Diet Hassan, and he's one of the biggest liars on YouTube. You might remember him from one of my previous videos. He had a whole saga with YouTuber Think Before You Sleep. It was the Illymation drama, where he essentially tried to get him banned from YouTube or encouraged it while lying about him in his video. Several things out of context, complete misrepresentations and gaslighting. Classic Hassan Orbiter. He also called Ethan a genocide supporter, and that's not gonna fly.
It's been a while since I spoke about dear friend Noah Samsen, who had a penchant for accusing me of being pro-genocide. He thought it was cute. He thought it was fun.
The irony of that, with the fact that literally Hassan himself said that, like, there's one side that should be, wiped out. He didn't say genocide, but he's totally okay with, Israel being wiped out and taken out. That sounds like a genocide to me.
Throwing around such kind of heinous accusations, right? This guy supports genocide. In fact, he had even a video called The YouTubers That Supported a Genocide with me in it. And, that's the world we're living in. Here, I made a promise to him March of last year. And I think he probably thought that it had blown over. I think a lot of people probably thought it blew over. We had a nice little complaint there for defamation, for accusing me of being pro-genocide, in favor of genocide. Horrible thing is...
See, the fact that, like, YouTube makes you, like, blank out certain words is ridiculous. But yet, people like Hassan can sit there and say the horrible things he says and doesn't get banned, flagged, or anything. Like, the FBI and the DOJ need to literally start investigating Hassan.
Say about someone, by the way. One of the worst, I would say, maybe even, of all the things you could say about someone. Well, we filed it.
Heck yeah.
Beating the statute by about one day. Now, most of the time, people see these immediately, but we were under the radar. We filed it in Orange County, I believe, which is not trolled by media and press. So it went under the radar. Nobody even saw, until now, in fact, nobody knew that I was even suing Noah Samsen. Well, he knew since a couple of days ago, since he was served.
Oh my God. I absolutely love how calm he actually is as he goes, "Why, yes, I am actually about to ruin your life." So
This is gonna
1
be
year
good.
ago, he
This is gonna be
promised
good.
that he would be suing Noah Samsen. Now, he did take a while. He did take his time here, but luckily for us, the legendary series has continued all this time somehow, and here we are, still launching episodes, still going to cover the lawsuit, and I cannot
Yeah.
wait. I am creaming myself. Wait, no. I am shucking my dog. Wait, no. I am jubilant at this information. So then Ethan talks about the accusations. Basically, if you remember, everybody on Hassan's side was calling Ethan a rampant misogynist because he happened to sue 3 women. So then he responded and he absolutely trolled them, saying that he was going to sue another Hassan orbiter, Shonda Black, in order
Good.
to be more woke, sue a man, sue a
Be
minority,
more woke,
right?
sue a
And he
man.
started
Oh my
shitting
God.
himself, but that was an entire troll. Except this one is very real.
And it's important for me to know to the 3 women that it's not personal, right? I sue those who deserve it, who require accountability. And it was a terrible coincidence, a terrible one, that the 3 people I sued for copyright infringement were women. Terrible, right? And I'm just happy that I've
Me, I
had the
wouldn't
opportunity
care.
to
Wrong is
rectify
wrong.
that, to set the record
Don't matter
straight now,
what you are.
to sue a straight white man. And I think nobody should be more relieved for that, to have that set straight, other than Noah Samsen himself, who's a woke, legendary king. And now he can rest easy at night knowing that Ethan Klein doesn't hate women. He just hates losers who do dumb and bad things. Gender,
liars,
race,
but,
be
you know, hey,
damned.
losers.
I come before you a simple man. And that's basically what I want. Know what it takes, souls. Yes, you are being sued for defamation, a very good case, I might say, which I'm going to be happy to read you excerpts from today. But when his head hits that pillow at night, he can know that he lives in a just world where women are not bullied into silence. It's not about that. Gender equality is at the core of everything I do, and Noah as well. Equality reigns in America in 2026, at least in this house.
Yep, that excuse is not going to work anymore. And I actually
great.
love this. They should call him more labels as well, right? Misogynist, racist. Maybe then he'll go and sue Shonda Black as
Oh
well.
my God.
And then maybe they should call him a guy who only picks on poor people. So then he goes and sues Hassan as well. That would be dastardly. Can you imagine? They just keep rage baiting him over and over and he just keeps suing more people. I'm actually very woke, guys. You're all getting a lawsuit. Don't worry. Nobody will be left out. Equality for all. And I just find it so funny that these bodyguards for Hassan, right? His little minions,
dude
his
wearing
little
cat ears.
drones, right? His evil army
Ew.
here. Always trying to defend him, taking bullets for him, literally
Oh my
taking
God, ew.
lawsuits for him. And I almost guarantee you, we're going to see an announcement from Noah going, guys, I'm actually broke. Ethan, the rich guy, is suing me. So here's my GoFundMe. Please donate to my GoFundMe.
Yep.
And this would be what? Like the 4th GoFundMe we're seeing of these people basically begging, right?
Yep.
And I imagine that's what's gonna happen. And basically, a bunch of Hassan fans, a bunch of wokies on Twitter are gonna end up donating their hard-earned money
Yes, they
to
will.
Noah Samsen, to the GoFundMe, and then just end up getting scammed because the money is just going to go to Ethan. Right, so then Ethan talks about what this lawsuit actually means to him.
So this document is actually quite important to me. It archives and sets forth for the record all the defamatory bullshit
There you
that
go.
has been peddled by Noah and everyone else across the internet. Baseless, disgusting, hurtful accusations that I support genocide. This is about holding Noah Samsen accountable as one of the main peddlers of this horrible defamation. But in large, just defending myself, my name. And this isn't something that's going to be litigated on TikTok or Twitter, which is where I know Hassan and Noah Samsen like to litigate such things.
Yeah.
No, this is going to be litigated by a judge and potentially even a jury based on the facts. And I'm willing to put that on the line.
Well, if the facts are in there, I guess Hassan would love this because
Facts are still facts.
Hassan is obviously in full support of this lawsuit. But
is
yeah,
funny.
man, I feel so happy for Ethan because
That statement from Hassan, facts are still facts, with the fact that you literally show facts to his fans and they go, no, he didn't say that. That's out of context. You clipped that wrong.
he is finally getting his justice
Ew.
from these psycho freaks. These people have been nonstop trying to ruin his life, ruin his reputation, literally go after his children over internet arguments. They wanted to take away his kids from him. Either the Hassan Orbiters or the Redditors or some collaboration of them was basically calling CPS and trying to get his kids taken away. We had disgusting people like Denims and iDubbbz justify this whole thing, saying his kids can't form trauma, that he deserves it.
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
Oh, that's
And when
bullshit.
other people see that he's talking about his children getting giardia from dog poop, people are quite reasonably concerned. And so, yes,
Right.
anyone who's seeing that content might
Coming from someone who has no kids, and his wife literally said that she doesn't want to have kids with him because he's ugly, stinky, and like
be
everything else.
concerned enough to call CPS, including Ethan's own chat.
The slander has been nonstop.
Right.
He's been called a genocide supporter, a PDF file who touches his own children. Right? iDubbbz was broadcasting that on his screen the entire stream. Just the absolute most heinous accusations, completely baseless, zero proof. And why? Why did this all happen? Because he decided that supporting terrorists is too far.
Right.
The most irrational, sane take imaginable. And Hassan and his squad want to ruin his life for it. And now he is fighting back one by one. He's quite literally pulling a John Wick, right? Hunting them down one by one. No survivors. Absolute cinema. People responded, I really hope Ethan takes Noah for everything he can. Noah's whole presence online has been him saying disgusting and quite often knowingly untrue things about people just to hurt their reputation.
Hassan does the same thing.
Absolutely. Like the few times I've covered him, it has been the most disgusting, manipulative lies I've ever seen, right? As a content creator, I have a more like deeper understanding of it because the way he presents his videos, the way he cuts around the clips and everything is like he knows he's lying about everything and he continues to do it because he's a psycho. Noah Samsen is a piece of shit, but Ethan Klein is a financial bully. Okay, so after these people have been bullying him for literally over a year and doing the most heinous shit to him, he's not allowed to fight back. I mean, this is just ridiculous logic. And sure, you can call him whatever. Oh, he's a financial bully. Oh, he's a rich guy going after all these poor people. Well, don't fuck around and you won't find out, you know? Oh, brother.
Well, the fact that they're calling like other streamers poor, yeah, they may not have as much money as him, but still, they are not poor. And that is a ridiculous freaking comparison to sit there and call them poor when they probably make thousands of dollars a week doing their videos and their streams.
It's Mr. Eric,
Right.
the Hassan bot. He's suing someone considerably less wealthy than him for calling him a genocide lover or something like that, while ignoring that Destiny called him a PDF file who most likely touched his own children. I would have thought that was something worth suing someone over. Oh well. Well, I don't know if he's done with his lawsuits. Maybe he's going to get to him as well, but
I'm pretty sure Ethan is going down the tier list of idiots before he actually starts suing everybody. I'm pretty sure eventually here soon, Hassan's going to be on there as well.
I imagine he consults with his lawyer, right? He consults with his lawyer, who is like the most favorable target as well, who is more openly slandered him or whatever. I do think that this thing that Destiny said is absolutely slander. The thing about Destiny is, like, bro,
idiot.
he has so much shit
He's an
going
idiot.
on. Like, we don't even want to get it.
Oh yeah, I was about to mention the whole cuckery thing right there, where he has like a whole other man dancing with his woman, that also his woman or ex-woman left him for another dude that she was cheating on him with, or in their case, not cheating, but literally left him for another man who is less of a man than him, which is funny. And I think that's Abba and Preach, one of them. I don't know which one he is, but yeah, one of those dudes.
into that rabbit
Who said
hole.
they didn't
Bro
like
has like so
Destiny at
many
all,
fishes
but
to fry.
they're there at
Like
his
we've
house.
gone over this. Destiny needs to be locked up with Hassan in a cell. Right? But yeah, just because 2 people wronged him doesn't mean he can't go after one first, right? We got Tectone, God, I love Ethan. We need more content creators to punish those blatantly and intentionally spreading misinformation and slander on others. Accountability is coming soon. Hate to sound like a cringe leftist, but boy, does this seem trivial right now. I mean, it might be trivial to you and some people on the internet, but this is his life, right? This is very meaningful to him, right? You truly do live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Okay, so now he's a villain for doing this.
So
I mean,
dumb.
I'd say more of like an anti-hero, right? Maybe he's like the Punisher or something.
No,
The people he
not
keeps
even
needing to
close.
sue are all left-wing. I mean, what? Is this supposed to be a gotcha?
That is a stupid comment. Oh, they're all left wing. They all used to be friends. But then because Ethan had a standpoint on October 7th and not supporting what those terrorist people did to all those innocent kids, because they're basically kids. They're all like between the ages of 18 and like maybe mid-20s. They abducted a whole bunch of young people, young ladies, and raped them and put that stuff on the dark web. Not only that, they also killed a lot of people there. And Ethan decided, you know what? Yeah, that's wrong. And because of that, Hassan, Denims, Frogan, and all those other people decided to sit there and literally jump on the backs of we're going to ruin Ethan's life. Which is why now he is suing them. Rightfully so.
I guess the implication is because he's only suing left-wingers, that means he's a right-winger, which is like turn on a stream for 0.05 seconds and you'd know that he's a left-winger, right? He's a liberal. Just because he's not like a radical Hassan culty doesn't mean he's like a right-winger. Oh wait, no, he's a centrist right-wing Democrat, according to Hassan.
I just have to sit there and get a barrage of hate from centrist right-wing Democrats.
He just sues everyone now, as he should. Now, turns out people found some clips in Noah Samsen's video slandering Ethan, and it basically shows how much of a colossal liar this guy actually is. Here we have his point being completely disproved. He tries to say that Ethan is trying to defend Israel. Ethan has a documented history of being pro-Palestine for over a decade and called it a genocide in 2020. Noah is effed.
The way Ethan's video is framed seems to imply that Israel's genocide in Gaza is not actually a genocide. He never explicitly uses the term himself.
The Western countries are basically backing up Israel's genocide and encouraging it and sanctioning it because the Israel government is fucking barbaric, genocidal freaks. And I hate them.
And some of those settlers need to go to fucking jail too for the unbelievable violence, disgusting.
Settlers in the West Bank are religious zealots, they're monsters, they're genocidal. And again, I'm not even voicing the smallest support for Israel. I'm again so opposed to the Israeli government, and I fully acknowledge the cultural genocide, the stealing of land. I think Israel shutting off water, power, and food to Gaza is insane. It doesn't make sense. Like, what's the end goal there exactly?
I mean, wow. That is the guy they are hunting down, by the way.
Right.
So this is the supposed Zionist Israel supporter Dick Ryder, right? The guy who openly denounces Israel. He's very woke. He has the correct political opinion. But just because he doesn't support Hamas terrorists, right? Actual worst people on earth, they go, oh my God, you're such a right-winger. Oh my God, wow, we need to cancel him.
Go, and
this is just one of the examples of Noah's complete misrepresentation, and this is why the lawsuit is very justified. And in fact, there's actually an edit of Hassan talking about Ethan, and I forgot this existed, but Hassan was actually his greatest defender.
You are wrong, okay? Trust me. I don't think you know. I don't think you know many Zionists if you think Ethan is a mega Zionist. Not even close.
He calls him Zionist
He
now.
is infinitely more progressive than a lot of these people that are writing these fucking a lot of these people that are writing these letters and shit. Okay, please stop fucking yelling about Ethan all the time. Jesus Christ. Ethan Klein called Israel an apartheid state in I think 2021. Okay, Ethan himself has been very critical of the state of Israel and has even called it an apartheid state far before October 7th. Okay? You know what I do care about? Ethan considering what Israel's doing to be genocidal far before October 7th. I still firmly believe that regardless of everything else, regardless of how he's responded to people yelling at him online, I place a lot more emphasis and a lot more value on those things that he has said. He's got Jewish children. You know what I mean? He doesn't want him to grow up in a fucking anti-Semitic country.
Wow. I mean, just wow. The friendship that died, right? Ethan really needs to be choosing better friends. I mean, his ex.
Which kind of makes you go, what made Hassan change his mind after, like, literally, what, a whole year and a half, 2 years defending Ethan against a whole bunch of other people, and now he's going, oh, this dude is evil, he's a Zionist, he's this, he's that. He's like, I'm guessing either A, someone's paying him to do so, or he knows that if he doesn't, his fan base is going to turn on him because he turned them into a whole bunch of crazy people.
Friends were iDubbbz and Hassan. And iDubbbz, I can understand that fucking turnaround was insane, right? But Hassan was crazy from the jump, all right? Now, he might have defended you in the past and sort of lured you in, sort of hid his power level as he constantly describes on podcasts. Oh, you gotta lure people in, you know? Just don't be too crazy just yet. Don't tell them you support terrorists just yet. Just talk about LGBT, yes. Hassan is like a fisherman, you know, putting some bait on the line and being like, hey, yes, the wokies, yes, the lefties, please, come after me. Take a bait, and then he just fucking rips you out of the water, you know? But yeah, imagine having iDubbbz and Hassan as your ex-friends. That's a diabolical combo. Both tried to ruin his life forever. He just had some horrible luck. And this just goes to show that you can't assume that just because someone has progressive politics, is like a liberal or a lefty, that, oh, you just agree on everything. Oh, this person must be great. We'll get along great. Nope. Some of these people are way more psychotic than you could ever imagine, right? And you need to really do your research regarding their character. But yeah, I find it hilarious that Ethan is just torching them one by one. He's literally that meme, you know, that death door meme? He's going through them one by one, you know? Yep. And at the very end, the final boss will be Hassan. Dude, oh my god, the day he gets sued, I might throw a party. I might actually celebrate. I never do that. I don't even celebrate my birthday. I didn't even celebrate 1 million subscribers. I don't celebrate shit. I'm not that type of guy, but this is a special occasion, okay? Now, it turns out people have found a clip of Noah talking about the lawsuit, and he was gloating. He was having a wonderful time. He was calling Ethan's bluff.
Happy to break your silence about the lawsuit situation. Are you able to?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not getting sued. I was never getting sued.
I guess that's where like the confusion is, because that, according to him, like you were about to lose your house. You were back to the ropes.
Oh,
yeah, I wasn't aware that people, because I thought I made it pretty clear in my video that he hadn't sued me, and I guess because he continues to because he sued those other people are suing.
This dude's gonna start a GoFundMe, just like Frogan and all those other people. Frogan, Denims, fucking Casey Tron, all of them.
I mean, he sued me. But no, he just spent like 3 or 4 months kind of like harassing me and telling me he was going to take all my money and like make me, you know, poor and make me like, you know, on the street begging or whatever. And
you can move in with me if that happens, by the way.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, I hope he sues me then. Fuck it. That'd be
well, he's suing you, and you're going to lose everything.
That'd be a party.
I kind of knew that you weren't getting sued. Noah Samsen, retract your video. And it wasn't just like a little bit of like, oh, you're getting sued. I remember like a huge amount of podcast episodes, and also a fucking like Mutahar got involved as well. Some ordinary gamers.
Oh, no. That definitely did not age well.
Nope.
Yeah, you are getting sued, buddy. That was not an idle threat. I mean, why would you think the guy who has sued multiple other people, other Hassan orbiters, wouldn't actually sue you when you made one of the most heinous, slanderous videos out there? Of course you're on the chopping block. I mean, I guess he thought it was like a scare tactic or whatever, but unfortunately for this Hassan dick rider, this is the fate of every Hassan orbiter. I've been saying it for years. It's so sad. They just ruined their life desperately defending Hassan. And the thing is, Hassan is not going to donate a single dime to his GoFundMe. I'd be...
Exactly. Much like how he didn't help Frogan, Casey Tron, or Denims. They had to help themselves. He is not going to help them. He is going to stay as far away from it as possible so he can take even more time to not get sued.
very surprised if he did, right? Because the absolute cheapskate did not donate a single cent to Caseytron, Denims, or Frogan. Frogan in particular. She was his moderator, the producer of his stream. She helped him with his content. And nothing. Radio silence. This guy would rather spend $5,000 on a one-time outfit to Cuba rather than giving those to people who actually need it. His friends, right?
I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes.
The greatest capitalist was Hassan all along. So then Noah keeps gloating and tries to say that Ethan was picking on women. He was one of the losers trying to push that narrative.
He said, I will pay your legal fees if you join in on this lawsuit. People that I talked about in my video.
Really?
YouTubers who backed a genocide. So yeah, it was a coordinated effort. And I mean, he paid a lawyer to write a cease and desist.
If you look at that dude's eyes, he looks like he's been crying before he actually started this video.
To telling me to take down the video or else, or they were going to sue, or I mean, it was just a scare tactic.
Yeah.
At the time, though, I'm completely unfamiliar with legal proceedings, defamation law and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I hired a lawyer for.
You being a YouTuber / streamer, whatever you are, you should know how defamation works, and you should know how defamation laws are. You should. That's why you just don't blatantly go and call someone a rapist or a genocide supporter or, even a terrorist supporter. Because if there's no proof of it, such as clips or video or anything of it, then that is defamation. Which is why people like me and More Pegasus and a whole bunch of other people can say what we say about Hassan because there's clips of him saying it.
Sort of analysis on a lot of these things. I talked to a lot of lawyers, and it was kind of a stressful time for sure. Because it's if someone wants to legally harass you until you don't have enough money to pay lawyers, and then you have to settle, they can do that. That's just how
we saw him do it.
The American, I can't sue him because he's just expressing a political opinion, and I can't sue these other people because they're just watching my content. But they're women, I guess. Yeah. So I'm going to sue all of them at once, and then make a big fuss about it.
I mean, how delusional do you have to be to think that Ethan would sue someone because he's sexist? Yeah. I mean, nothing about his character at all indicates that he's misogynistic or sexist. Okay, he might make a couple crude jokes or whatever, but that's just humor, right? I mean, I'd say it's quite the opposite. Anymore. He's more woke than most people, right? Not to mention, he has a wife who he treats very well, woman employees as well. His fan base is literally majority female. They are mostly girls. And Noah knows this, and this is what he said about them.
Yeah, I mean, really terrorize their lives, for lack of a better term, because of the financial, he has multiple businesses, they have their podcasts, they're just sicko weird fan base that still, they're all 24-year-old girls that are also now liberals.
What about Hassan's fan base, in particular 2 50-plus-year-old women who are constantly glazing over Hassan and how handsome he is and all this other weird stuff? Really? Come on now. And or his fan base of a whole bunch of psychos who literally believe whatever he says, despite proof of saying he's a horrible, horrible human being.
Zionists and extremely parasocial. It's a very demonic place to exist.
Demonic.
It's just it's pathetic. It's very sad watching him sit
he's a weak, fragile man.
Insult women, call them bitches, be so fragile, all in order for this ultimate goal of, and people have been speculating that it's to make Hassan pay these other creators to help their legal funds, so then he would be financially harming Hassan, which is just insanity.
Forgive me if I'm wrong,
using
Noah.
these people as financial pawns in some weird psychological game that only he is playing.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So
the mental gymnastics
Ethan's fan base is
doing.
Apparently liberal Zionist 24-year-old girls. I mean, wow, that is some crazy mental gymnastics.
Yep.
That's a level of delusion only Diet Hassan could have. Also, just addressing the argument that Ethan is only suing him in order to get at Hassan's finances. First off, Hassan is not doing...
Yeah, I was going to say, how arrogant does that dude have to be to think that, oh, hey, suing me is going to hurt Hassan financially? Is he saying that, Hassan is going to come and, help him with his financial battles when it comes to, him getting sued? Because if so, he's an idiot. Hassan isn't going to help him in the slightest.
Donating to any of these people. That's a horrible strategy, right? So obviously that's not what he's doing, right? He knows he's not going to be putting a dent in Hassan, even if he makes them donate. And the reason Ethan is doing this is very simple. As a famous man once said, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
Yep.
The fate of every Hassan orbiter, every slanderous liar, every person in this disgusting cult trying to ruin society, being explicitly racist, supporting terrorists, cultivating the worst fan bases on planet Earth. This is where the road ends, in court, where you finally have to face the consequences of your actions. Right, we got some responses. They look like this, and it's a bunch of Redditors. These mother flippers have 3 brain cells combined. That's 3 too many. Noah actually has this cool dead doll eyes. Yes, it will be laughable when Ethan loses. I mean, that's what they said about the Casey, Denims, and Frogan lawsuits. Apparently, they were baseless, according to Hassan. They had no basis. This is a rich guy just is exploiting the legal system, and he was totally going to lose. But nope, that didn't happen. Right. We got this regard. I will be reviewing Ethan Klein's anti-free speech defamation lawsuit against Noah Samsen.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this seems like a very unbiased review, by the way. Right. Moving on to Ethan calling out Vanilla Mace. Now, this is yet another person in the whole woke squadron, friend of QT. Apparently, she was arguing with her chat about how hard streaming is, and Ethan brings up Hassan's quote. Ethan Klein on Vanilla Mace's out-of-touch moment, Champagne Socialist Hassan moment.
It's like a Champagne Socialist Hassan moment.
Okay.
A real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired. But a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean?
Work retail, Hassan. Go to retail and sit there and bite your tongue while people are insulting you, trying to harass you, trying to assault you. Like, literally, especially work retail security like I did for years. You have people threatening you with knives, guns, threatening your family, following you home. Dude, you have no fucking clue whatsoever. It is so much easier to be a streamer, a content creator. All you have to do is be interesting and make good content. That's literally it.
The same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will. So
this guy,
ridiculous.
I don't know how you survive saying something like that as like a socialist working class hero with a Rolex hat.
Right?
Like, it couldn't be draped in more layers of irony.
Yeah.
And just imagine this sucker, the fool you have to be to watch and believe this guy who just spent one day overnight in Cuba. He's being applauded by his audience as being a working class hero. In his stream afterwards, he goes, I was living la vida loca, living the high life, quote unquote. At night, they were at a bar getting drunk and living la vida loca.
Yeah.
And then the next morning went home. And by the way, I'm not going to comment on her appearance. I'm above that.
I will. That woman is ew.
But I'm just going to say I'm not going to comment on her appearance. I'm above that. And that will be all the commentary I need to provide. She
has no
appears to have
eyebrows.
lost her eyebrows.
Like, literally, like, what happened to her eyebrows? What is with the shaving of the eyebrows? Is she doing drugs? Because where I come from, you know, when people are super high off of meth and shit, they literally just shave off or pluck off their eyebrows because they're trying to get it lined up just right, and then eventually they just pluck it all off.
She looks like you.
I was gonna say, she looks like you when you shaved your eyebrows.
But there's just a lot going on here.
See, someone said, girl, please, this is one of the easiest jobs out there.
Uh-oh. Is it a bad sign when you start arguing with your audience who's like...
She's about to educate some people.
Go live right now.
Go live, sweetie.
Go live right now. And I'll send everyone over to your stream, actually.
Ooh, go live, sweetie.
I'll send everyone there. Let's, come on. Go on.
Coming from the lady with no eyebrows.
Come on. Don't be shy. And also, too, what kills me is when people be like, it's so easy. It's so easy.
It is easy.
And I'm like, but the real, let's wake it up, though. Because if a lot of you sat in front of not you guys are funny, but the people that be talking shit, if some of you sat in front of a computer and had to talk for 6 hours, nobody would stay and watch because you'd be boring. Because it would be yawn fest.
This lady's literally laughing at her own jokes. She's not even funny at all.
So, like, I'm sorry, but you gotta be like, you know, a little bit entertaining on this bitch. So
You ain't entertaining.
it's really not that easy.
You're literally a woman on the internet. That's even easier.
Oh, brother, this girl
Sadly, you're not an
stinks.
attractive woman
You should
on the
shut
internet.
the fuck up and be grateful and not argue with your chatters about
Right?
this being a hard job.
Exactly.
You also don't have to read every comment.
Yeah, or
out
even
loud
respond
and
to
make a whole
every
stink
comment.
about it.
Of course. Dude, I don't know why they constantly have to bring up how hard streaming is, how hard the job is. Like, sure, at some points it can be hard, but
These people would not last working at McDonald's, like retail, like a bank. It doesn't matter. They would not last at all. They would probably get fired for their attitude. They'd get fired for their lazy work ethic. They'd probably get fired for saying something or doing something towards a customer. Like, these people have no idea what it's like to actually work for a living and actually have to go out somewhere, deal with people, like literally face to face, and deal with people. They really don't.
it's your choice to stream, you know? Most streamers are like super well off, and that takes off so much pressure of being forced to work to pay rent or something, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you can stream at your own hours. It's basically just sitting in a chair and talking. It's
Yep.
obviously easier than a 9 to 5. It's only super privileged, out of touch rejects who call it hard. The only hard part
That, and the thing is, if you're one of these streamers, right? Like, even like that troll lady, I don't even know what to call her, but literally, you can guarantee off her streams, off her videos, and everything else, she probably makes several $1,000s a week. Okay? Several $1,000s a week. The on average person's income a month, if you work retail, you work freaking fast food, you work at a bank, you're looking at upwards of $2,000, maybe $3,000 a month. Okay? $2,000 to $3,000 a month. That is 1 week of their stuff. 1 week they make about 2,000 to 3,000, maybe more, depending on how popular they are, how many views they get, donations they get, right? They're making thousands of dollars in a week. They're making one person's whole paycheck in a week. These people are clueless.
about it is actually launching your career, right? Actually getting your name out there. That's probably the hardest part, growing an audience from zero. Something that a lot of these people skipped, right? Like Hassan Piker, for example, who had his entire career given to him by his uncle and Destiny. But yeah, to go live and sit there and make those goofy faces. Apparently she thinks she's very entertaining for those goofy faces. It's just not comparable to a soul-crushing 9 to 5, right? But of course, according to Hassan, it just doesn't suck the soul out of you in the way that streaming absolutely does. Eric, this guy makes family drama the main topic of his podcast. Just a horrible person, really. Confirmed to have posted 600 times about Hassan in 2026. Just a lunatic. Be better. Bro, you yourself have posted 600 tweets and you're not even getting paid. Like, you're not getting paid with 30 likes, buddy. You're doing this for free. That's even more insane. Moving on to a chatter calling Hassan a rich socialist, and he starts playing semantics, saying that, well, actually, there's actually a lot of socialists that are richer than me. Literally Pokemon strategies.
Men and women, we love each other.
Thanks.
And we hate the rich. Anyway,
He is the rich.
aren't you the rich?
Yes.
No!
I'm only worth $50 million. I'm a brokey. Hassan goes back and forth with the chatter who called him the richest socialist. Says he doesn't even crack top 10,000. Yeah, that was their point.
He would certainly be richest socialist ever. Check his net worth. Me? You think I'm the richest socialist ever?
Yes.
Buddy.
At least one of the ones in America.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of historically, famously much wealthier socialists. But also, even right now, I don't even strike the top, like, 10,000 of the wealthiest socialists. First of all, you got straight up the entirety of the Communist Party in China, okay? A lot wealthier communists exist on the planet. Like, infinitely wealthier.
They're not actually
And even a lot
socialists.
wealthier
They use
communists exist
socialism as a
on
means
U.S.
to take
soil.
everyone's
Maybe some
money.
of them are U.S. citizens that live in China even, you know? Chinese political people are not rich. Buddy, what are you talking about? There's literally every billionaire in China is also a member of the party, okay? What the fuck are you talking about? And
You're kind of proving the point on the fact that the people who are the heads of socialism take everyone's money and force them to live a certain way. These people are rich while everyone else is poor.
It's just the billionaires. Every Chinese billionaire is a part of the Communist Party of China. That's number one. Every centimillionaire, every millionaire that is also still wealthier than I am is also a part of the Communist Party of China. They didn't become rich because of politics. Did I imply?
Dude, your family's net worth is in the billions. Your father's a billionaire, your mother's a millionaire, your uncle's a millionaire, you're a millionaire, and that's only the 4 of you that we know of, and you're also inbred.
By that? Did I say that?
So until we see more imagery.
You got it, Hassan. You totally owned that chatter. Okay, let me explain it for the fucking Rhaegar Hassan fans in the audience. The chatter was obviously exaggerating, right? They didn't literally mean the richest socialist in the world, right? If I casually say, okay, that guy's the richest guy ever, oh my god, he's throwing like $100,000 party, he's the richest guy ever. That doesn't mean I'm talking about the world's #1 richest person. I'm not implying he's richer than Elon Musk. Right. I'm obviously just saying that he's rich, right? And the funny thing is, because Hassan responded like this, it ended up being an Omega self-report.
Yes.
This man immediately took it as, oh, the chatter is ranking me among the world's top richest socialists. Bro, you are so lost in the sauce. The fact that this guy is actually even somewhat keeping score. The fact that he compares himself to the richest people in the entire world and goes, well, actually, I've done the calculations. I'm actually in the top 10,000, actually. Bro is tracking the entire Communist Party. They have a WhatsApp group. Oh, well, actually, I'm richer than you today. Well, I actually sold 60 million copies of my socialist merch. Looks like I passed you today.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
son, one day you'll be rank 1 richest socialist, totally. But yeah, obviously it doesn't make it better that you're not literally
Here, we'll fix it. He's not the richest socialist. He's one of the dumbest rich socialists ever.
the richest socialist in the world. You're so fucking dense. F landlords, his mom's a landlord. F the rich, his dad is rich. Israel bad, his dad did business with Israel. What? No, really, his dad worked for this company. Guess who did the business with? Netanyahu. Is it involved security? The Sabank holding is historically engaged in business with Israel, most notably acquiring a 51% stake in Israeli cybersecurity firm RaddyFlow for $45 million in 2022 to boost his digital transformation, but May 2025 exited this investment. You think Hassan has had a word with his dad about this? His point is that you're hypocritical, Hassan, yet you're too much of a lol cow to see it. I feel like that was the worst possible way to interpret that question. Total self-report. Right, so Hassan also posted this. He tweeted and then deleted the post in midst of the missing pilot operation. We got this sort of news here, urgent, citing an Iranian military source. U.S. forces are bombing areas where their missing pilot may be located in the southwest of the country. This is obviously false and propaganda, right? Hassan responds, quote tweeting, Hannibal Directive. Now, if you don't know what the Hannibal Directive is, it's a controversial operational doctrine utilized by the IDF aimed at preventing the capture of Israeli soldiers by enemy forces, even at the risk of killing the soldiers being abducted. Basically, Hassan is saying that Americans are bombing their own people in order to, I guess, win the war and not get captured, and basically doing like evil things, right? And I wonder why he deleted this tweet. Did old Hassan fall for a little bit of propaganda? One of your favorite propaganda accounts? Classic first reply to Portum, terrorist-loving champagne socialist. What's the least American thing I could say? Americans, no man left behind. Hassan, must be an IDF protocol. Can't be a real person, right? Completely embarrassing IRGC propaganda you probably got from Ryan Grimm's insane news site. Hassan is probably unironically angry the pilot was extracted safely. Oh, absolutely. Even the professional Rhaegar knows what's happening. People like him were wanting the pilot to get captured alive and any rescue forces to be killed. Incredibly obvious given how little he hides his contempt. He'll amplify anything that makes America look bad, even if it comes straight from propaganda, then scrubs it when people call him out. Oh yeah, it's absolutely shameless, bro. Actual footage of Hassan as he read the news of both pilots rescued with 0 American casualty, most likely tons of IRGC losses. Never ask Hassan Pico who he's rooting for. Least deranged Hamasabi take, and I'm not scrolling down. Those who know, know. Now click this video for another year of cinema.
Go check out more Pegasus and his legendary series. Legend as always. Keep it up, buddy. much like me, I'm going to keep telling the truth about all these dumb idiots who want to keep lying and lying and lying. And I'm going to call out all their fan base as well for backing somebody much like Hassan. Because in my opinion, if you're going to sit there and support someone like Hassan with all the evidence out there and all the proof out there of this dude being a terrorist sympathizer, a womanizer, and all this other kind of stuff, then you're just as bad as him. So, like, share, subscribe, spread the word. Make sure you guys check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90. I get a kickback, helps me out, helps my family out. Stay free, America. Love you guys.